Harry maligned his grandmother. Sir Edward Young's letter exposed the Sussexes' lies about Queen Elizabeth. Prince Harry maligned the late Queen even though she tried her best to ensure that he continues to get security. According to a shocking new report, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry lied about the late Queen, and both the Duchess and Duke of Deception twisted the truth regarding what the late Queen wanted for their security. The bombshells just keep dropping regarding how Prince Harry and Meghan Markle aim to get publicity and sympathy by portraying themselves as helpless victims. However, a new report via The Sun reveals the Duke of Sussex and the Duchess of Sussex are blatantly lying. And in court this week, the Duke of Sussex claimed that he felt forced to leave his UK home amid a verbal war over his security. As a result, Harry challenged the way his publicly funded security detail decreased after quitting as a working royal in 2020. But after Harry's claim that a security downgrade forced him to leave the UK, letters between the late Queen's most senior aide and the then Cabinet Secretary emerged as evidence in court. And contrary to Harry's claims, those letters revealed how the late Queen called it imperative that they kept effective security. An extract from a letter written by the late Queen's private secretary, Sir Edward Young, to then Cabinet Secretary Sir Mark Sedwill on January 31st, 2020, reported on what had been agreed at the family's Sandringham summit on January 13th. The details emerged in a legal judgment given in the Duke of Sussex's High Court libel case against Associated Newspapers Limited on Friday, December 8th. The extract outlined the expectations the Duke and Duchess would have when attending engagements in Britain, and the position of his grandmother on these as well as other issues. Focusing on security, Sir Edward wrote, "You will understand well that ensuring the Duke and Duchess of Sussex remain safe is of paramount importance to Her Majesty and her family. Given the Duke's public profile by virtue of being born into the royal family, his military service, the Duchess's own independent profile, and the well-documented history of targeting of the Sussex family by extremists, it's imperative the family continues to be provided with effective security." Sir Edward's letter also goes on to make clear the late Queen and the royal family recognised the process for making decisions about publicly funded security were independent and are for the UK government, the Government of Canada, and any other host government. News of the late Queen's wishes contrasts with the narrative Harry and Meghan have maintained that they were cut adrift by the royal family. The most important part of that letter is where the Queen recognised the decision was not on her hands. Ravek then decided that due to the change in their position, they no longer qualified. The change was that the Harkles were no longer going to serve in the name of the Queen, and rather were going to support some organisations in their name only. That means they lose the support of the state-funded protection because they're not doing any work for the people, and in reality they've done more self-promotion than work for anyone. We're now straying away from the key point. Harry's provided the appropriate security on a case-by-case basis when he's in the UK. What's going to change if they award him back the security? He's not in the UK, and Meghan's never going back to the UK. So why would you need to put 24/7 dedicated resources on him if he's not in the UK? Oh, I know, it's because these two want to overuse the system and make the claim in the US to get taxpayer security and intelligence. They also don't want discreet security, they want high level so they can look like an important head of state and first lady.